All right. Hello, my name is Jaitola. Most people just call me E. And today we're going over quarantine's broad review. We're about to start. Why you guys running soldier? Oh, wait a second. This is it. This ain't it. Shoot, this ain't it. The Ash pick's really good because of the open space, and I like the dive. Your support lineup can work. However, I do think you want to be running like Ana Mercy here or Mercy Zen. The reason why you want to be either running Ana Mercy is with the Mercy pocket on Ash, it just increases like a lot of damage as well as you have a very mobile support that can follow up with your tanks. It's kind of like this similar reason to why you run a lot of Mercy Zen in the current meta. Mercy Zen is being run because you have the pocket on the Ash, you also have mobile support. You have Valkyrie, you have Rez, and then with Zenyatta you have Discord and a defensive ult, which is can be very strong. So I do think those are things to take into consideration when you're forming your comp because a comp can really suffocate you guys sometimes, or it can suffocate a lot of teams if you're running the wrong composition. I was about to make a comment about Ash's positioning, but it seems fine, honestly. Usually I see a lot of Ashes play like right here, and the reason why is because you have the cover. I know that you guys can't see my cursor, so I'm just gonna move around. Oh wait, I can actually fix that. It's borderless windowed. Can you see my cursor on screen? This is why I wish I had a double monitor. God damn it. Well, if I do coaching. Yeah, you see it. You see it. We're good. You see it. You see it. All right. So now I can draw too. I can draw on screen. You'll see it too. I see a lot of Ashes pick this positioning right here, and watch, you won't be able to see my cursor in the VOD view. That'd be so funny. Okay, anyway. I see a lot of Ashes taking this position because it gives you a lot. It gives you sideline of point, it gives you sideline of right there, and sideline of right here, which is the most important. Because if you have the advantage here, other than playing like back here. Because if an Ash is playing right here and you're playing an Ash right here, the enemy Ash has the advantage point on you. Plus, it gives you cover. This is a very good cover. So I've seen a lot of Ashes either play here because it gives you all point sidelines and the left side. But I see why you're playing here because it gives you a lot of cover as well as it does give you sidelines to where the tanks are. However, when their tanks go right here, this is just a better viewing angle than this is, because if this team is playing on points, then you'd be kind of screwed and your position would be very bad. So this isn't bad. I'm just saying most people play over here, which could be more beneficial to playing right there. Because also with here, you're very susceptible to flanks. I think acceptable is used correctly there in that sentence. I don't know. But you can be flanked very easily over here as well, which is what happens, and you had to escape. So we're going to restart this fight. I think it's more beneficial. Sorry, I'm going over to Ash, but I play a lot of DPS, so it's easier for me to spot DPS and tanks issues because those are the two roles that I played the most. So it's easier for me to see those two, like see those problems. I would prefer you to just take up this angle first. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. Chef goes in way too deep. I don't know what Chef's doing right here. The monkey's a free kill right here. Literally jump behind monkey, pin him, and then he can't get out. Because didn't he already use his jump? Let's watch. Okay, so he has it up. Chef decides to go in your back line. But literally, there's a monkey without his team literally staring at you guys. Like, this wasn't bad because it splits the team, but then the rest of your team doesn't push up on this monkey. It takes you guys way too long to react to it. Look, watch this. Watch this. You guys are waiting. You're waiting. You're waiting. Their monkey's pushed up. Chef goes in to either split or corner the back line. The only issue is because Chef is going in alone, he's feeding. If you guys were running Diva, which you guys probably should be running Diva here instead of Ball, it's just Diva's a lot better in the meta than Ball is. It's more beneficial to run Diva because if you run Diva, you could be you can be a lot more aggressive and you can play very you can play a lot more aggressive. Like that's what I'm trying to get to point. Because basically you just have Diva be a DM bot. And basically you guys are like a duo. You go in together protecting each other. So when Chef goes in here alone, he gets very low, he almost feeds. Then you guys are back up here. Which would have been better if you guys were running Diva and a more mobile, probably more maybe like a tracer would probably been better than a soldier here. Or at least something that can go in with a dive. Because honestly, so the reason why their composition is a lot better than yours is because they have at least one person that can go in with a dive. And they have two people that are going to be staying in the back line. So these three people are acting as a unit. Let me get my epic pin out. I like using it. It gives me an excuse to use it. You guys can see it on screen, right? Yeah, okay. We're good. Okay, so that was an awful color to use. We use yellow. These three people are all acting as a dive unit. They're gonna That's so scuffed. A dive unit. And then you basically have Zen Discord the target. These two dive in, get them low, Echo melts them, easy kill. I see the reason why they're in this comp. Ash fires from behind. Mercy's a mobile support, either going in with a dive or flying in between these two units. With your comp, when Chef goes in, he only really has Ball to help him. But this also puts Chef at a very big disadvantage because when he goes in, he's basically going in alone. Ball can't really do anything to help the dive except, use his abilities, which don't really help Monkey at all. When you're running a lot of Monkey Ball, you're basically acting as two separate dive units. Not two separate dive units coming together on one central point. When you're running Monkey Diva, you're running as one dive unit that's all coming from the same angle on one central point. You get what I'm saying? So when Chef goes in, he doesn't have any abilities to really help him because if he overextends, he feeds, which is what he just did here. He overextended, he fed. So you're at such a disadvantage. You also don't have a DPS that can go in and follow up on the dive. You have an Ashe which can poke from afar, but that really doesn't really help. You have Ana, which is fine. You have Ana Lucio, but unless you're going to be playing aggressively, which if you want to play aggressively, you'd be wanting like a Tracer, you'd be wanting like a Genji, you'd want a Diva. Most importantly, you'd be wanting to form a composition around either a DPS or a tank. And with this composition, this is weird, and this is kind of weird. Lucio's fine if you're gonna play aggressive. Like in this meta, there's really not a lot of reasons to run a lot of Ana Lucio. That's just my personal opinion. It's better to run Mercy Zen, Ana Mercy, or Mora Lucio. Like you can run Ana Lucio. It just depends on how your team wants to play. And in this sense, I get why you're running it because you want a lot of mobility and a lot of heals. But your composition's kind of very scuffed, and it makes dives very hard on Chef. See, look, he's stuck out in the open. He has no one to really protect him. This is why Diva would be better than a Ball. Because what is your Ball doing? He's just vibing. He's vibing. He's just chilling on point. See, look, you have no one to peel for your backline when they get dived. When they get dove. Dove? I don't know. It would be better to run... The Diva's a better pick in here. It wouldn't be better to run Zarya here. Just Diva, Monkey Diva is so strong right now. You guys should be running it all the time. Adjusting angle of attack. I think the biggest issue right now is your composition. You guys don't really have anyone to follow up on dives. Or really, it's your dive unit. You're basically Chef's working alone. Occasionally, if you're lucky, Ball and Monkey will dive on the same target, but that takes a lot of like planning. See, look, you have no one to peel for Frosty, or Frosty gets killed. Chef can't go in because he doesn't have a diva to DM him when he tries to go for Ash. You see what I'm saying? You need a diva here. See where I'm getting at it? Like, it's... That was a good sleep. And you guys... Oh, no. I like the Tracer pick. I like it a lot. I think that's a really good decision here. You might have to play careful around this Ash. This is a lot of, like, open space here. This is a lot of open space. But you could pull it off, definitely. You as Tracer want to be going in when your tanks go in. Or maybe going a little bit of flanks, but you have to be careful. Chief Chef, once again, is acting as a unit, or acting as a solo unit. He has no one really to dive in with him. And see, when you guys finally get in there to like try and peel for him, he's almost dead, so he has to disengage. So you guys aren't coordinating dives, I can already tell. I can tell without even listening to comms, you guys aren't coordinating dives. And when you're trying to run like Monkey Ball, which can be a little bit more complicated dive to run than Diva, it can show really clearly if you guys are coordinating in comms when you're diving in or not. I just feel like you guys would benefit from Diva a lot here. Very nice shots. Very nice cleanup though. You guys brought it back. See, this is why you want a diva! This is why you want a diva! So she can eat the sticky grenades! What is Ball gonna do against a Winston and an Echo? When you're playing Ball, you want to be playing to disrupt the enemy team. You're not disrupting here, you're just saying they're shooting. Sorry, I'm kinda... I'm just gonna call things out. I kinda might be a different style than I usually go for. But when you're playing Ball, you want to be going in from you want to be pushing, you want to be disrupting their team. You want to be going in from here, trying to push them out of position and into your team, putting them in a disadvantage. And this is just one example, but you should be... You guys want to be... You and your monkey want to be working together as a unit playing... It's like playing Zarya Hog. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are going to be playing off of each other. You guys enable each other to do your jobs. Like, each. Like, Monkey goes in, Ball goes in, they go in together, they combo the jump melee combo, and then they combo the seismic slam, and that's almost an insta-kill. When you guys all are at such a point, you guys are destructive as fuck. It's like, you don't want to be... Your Ball is usually going to be playing separate away from your monkey. You don't play Ball like you play Diva. You have your E up. Why are you just sitting around? Are you afraid because Chef's dead? Honestly, what I would be doing here to try and keep some of the pressure off just as your Ana, there's nothing you can do as Ball to protect your Ana. You're just gonna have to realize that. What are you gonna do to protect your Ana as Ball? You could boop them away. That's about it. But when you have Monkey Diva and Echo all looking at your Ana is most likely dead. There's nothing you could do as Ball. But here, what I was getting at. You have E up. As Ball, your main job, disrupt the enemy team. Be a fucking fly. Be annoying as fuck. You want to be going in and using your E. Going in for a slam, just getting out to get those shields. See, right here, instead of retreating, when you're at full HP as Ball, you could be going around here, seismic slamming on their Zen, making their tanks have to recognize, oh shit, our backline's getting attacked, creating a distraction, which puts less pressure off of your backline. Where here, you're just retreating back, and here, you're not doing anything, you're just standing around. And when you're playing dive, you don't want to be standing around ever. That's the worst thing you can be doing. This Ash could be a free kill for you as Ball. You could be going out of here, seismic slamming with Ash, making their diva have to pull out, which leaves their monkey alone, which makes it easier for your team to maybe possibly put the monkey down or keep them off Frosty and your Ana. Like, you shouldn't be sitting around here. Like, that's what I'm trying to get the point as. Like, there's nothing you can do to really stop them. This is already a lost fight because instead of creating a distraction or putting some pressure on the back line, like, your Ball, you should be able to escape most scenarios by yourself. Like you should be relying a lot on that med packs and med packs. This is the first time I've said that. Health packs. And you could just be vibing in the back line as Ball, because Ball does Ball things. You don't need to be playing like afraid with your team. You're fucking. How much health does Ball have? You're 600 man, 600 Ball, 600 HP Ball, man. Fuck him up. But I don't think you should have retreated there. I think you should have just gone for a distraction or disruption to try and like pull some attention away from your backline, because right then your backline was the main focus. And so if you just sit there and do nothing, it's better for you to do something instead of just doing nothing. And even if you go in for here, you basically, even if you don't confirm the kill in the Ashe, you still cause a distraction. You disrupt them, pulling attention away from your backline. And so you can easily escape as Ball. Just like disengage quickly, go through here, go through out there. They have no stuns in their team. There's no one that can really stop you unless you get under half HP. You're going for the touch, which is fine. See, now you need to disengage. So you're just waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. You don't have to wait around a lot of Ball. When you know that the enemy team, like your team should be core, like this is the reason why running Ball is very hard. Playing a good Ball is very, very hard. And so instead of going under, I see where you're going over here to go for a boop, but honestly, their entire team, except Zen, has the ability to get out of the pit. You really think you're gonna come? I'm sorry, I'm like going off on the ball, but I gotta. I'm trying to give you tips because your play. Your play here is kind of. It needs. There are major issues, and it's very easy to see major issues on tanks because I used to play tanks a lot, and tanks are the focal point of the team. And so, if your focal point of the team is making major mistakes or not doing something effectively, it's very easy to see. So yeah, you is Ball. There's no point in going for this boop here unless you're going for disruption. It's better for you to go around here and maybe diving on or Zen or Ashe, which you already know are they've been sitting here the entire time, or even going for some pressure on their Mercy, forcing her to use shift. Like you guys are going for a dive there, which was fine. It wasn't bad. But see, look, you're just sitting here waiting. You're hesitating. There's nothing you can do to help your monkey, so there's no point in going back to point. Like, yeah, you probably won't be going for... You're going to be fighting things as a team, but you're just kind of sitting here. This is very chaotic. Like, you're just kind of not doing a whole lot. And this is the reason why you want a diva. Pass into the iris. It's just in mid-fights like that. Unless you're in mid-fights like that, you want to be, like, disrupting the back, like, trying to pull focus off of the main team here. Like, because what are you going to do as Ball? Like, yeah, you can shoot them, but you weren't really going in Ball form. I think it would have been more beneficial for you to get off point and trying to pressure them while your team was on point, and trying to go for a solo kill, because Ball is really good for going for solo kills. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to go over any of this more. This map was really, composition-wise, that's why you guys lost it. And I think definitely because your tank lineup. Like, I kind of went off on the Ball, and I apologize, but I don't apologize. I think it was needed. Because if you're gonna be running a ball centered comp, then you gotta know what comps you should be running around it, and you gotta know what you're sacrificing. And I don't think you guys should have been running Ball here. You weren't doing the correct things in Ball, which is fine. You know, not everyone's a perfect Ball. But these two heroes, were never pressured once as Ball. This person, Mercy, was never pressured once when you're Ball. And if you're going to be playing Ball, you have to go for those pressures. You have to go for the disruption, the displacement of the enemy team, the displacement of them, pulling this attention away. The rest of the map, this was just, I think it was just all on, like, I think this is mainly just tanks. A tank not coordinating very well. Like, you guys had one good coordination, which is on point, which is where you guys finally did one. But I mean, the rest of your team, like, it's just Tracer requires your team for your Tracer requires a lot of space, as well as she's very good with coordinated dives. For instance, if can you see purple? Can you see blue? Can you see yellow? Okay, this is a bad spot to do my drawing. We'll look right here. We'll look right here. Okay. So for instance, we were playing Tracer. You want to be having your dive go in here on this point and attacking from a different angle right as they're going in. You don't want to. You want your tanks to be the full focus, and then you going in while they're being distracted and going in for a pick. That's how you play Tracer very efficiently, or one of the ways you can play her very efficiently. With here, unless you're going for big flanks, which are around here, or going for like flanks out here, you're gonna have a very hard time due to this open map space to get picks. So you'd either have to be heavily relying on your tanks to go in for dives, causing focus to be off of you to get value on your kills, or you have to be going for very calculated flanks with good timing and knowing when they've used abilities or not, so that you can go and confirm the kill, or even just putting some pressure off of them. It's just like Tracer in this on this map would be a lot how you play ball. It's going for either going for quick kills that you know, like going for Zen, pressuring him, pulling some attention away from your team, waiting for those coordinated attacks, and then going in, or going for flanks. Like it's do this open space. It's the reason why Ashe is very good here. I think a better comp would either be mirroring Echo, maybe even running. Let me think. Sombra's still really good here. Sombra's still really good here. Sombra Reaper is still pretty good here. Honestly, you could be running Torb Ashe. Torb Ashe is we ran into a team and OD that ran a lot of Torb Ashe. It's actually decently good. You could be the Tracer Ashe isn't a terrible call. I just feel like you guys just didn't execute it properly. You never got your Tracer into good position. You know, that's a fault on both team as well as the Tracers. And then you never really. And then with support lineup, like I think if you're going to be running Ashe, you either want to be running on a Mercy or you'll be running Mercy Zen. So I think I'm going to end it on this map because I don't want to spend the entire time talking about one map, and it's been like
ready for battle.
Yeah, it's been a whole 20 minutes on this map.
Ready for battle.
It'll be a 2-hour bot review. I'm gonna upload this and it's gonna be like 8 hours. Right.
Ready for battle.
Oh, how long are you guys gonna sit? Okay, cool. Alright, let's look at composition. Why the fuck are we running Soldier? What is the issue with Soldier here? Why are you running Soldier? Bruh. Dude, Soldier's dog shit. He's so bad. Why are you running Soldier? You have to be memeing on this team. I don't know why you're running Soldier. He's terrible. Like, I don't know what you want me to say to you, Meow. Like, I can't really give you proper feedback if you're running a hero that has 0 impact in the game right now. Like, I could give you Soldier tips, but honestly, there's nothing much you could do. Soldier's just really bad. Like, compared to other heroes, he's just really bad. I can't really give you a lot of tips. Like, I don't want to be encouraging you to play that sounds really mean, but I don't want to be encouraging you to play a hero that's actually really, really bad. It's like playing. What would be a good excuse? It's like playing. It's like playing Zen into like not heavy brawl, but it was like playing Zen into it was like a meta before. It was like the meta right after he got nerfed, and then it was right after Double Shield, where you don't want to be running Zen. Like he's awful. Like this is one of those cases where you don't be running. I see why you want to run Slender. You want to get back into meta, but I can only give you tips. Best thing I can do is recommend is to switch off, and you're not gonna do a whole lot on Soldier. See, like, yeah. I don't know what you expected. Please don't res him, Dan. Oh no. That was a very risky res. You had Frosty there, but still, if it was a good bar, she would have hit her shot. You've been dead. It would have been a trade. And you wouldn't have gotten the res off. And if this team hadn't used their movement abilities, they would have dove on you guys. So, Whew. This is like a soldier, man. You're making me cry. He's upset. I'm upset about this pick. All right, anyway. Your composition here is good. Just no soldier. No. Bad meow. Terrible decision. He's gonna be watching this VOD and he's like, alright, time to get some good notes. It's just gonna be me complaining about him running soldier. Alright, anyway. Afar is really good on this map. I really like the composition they're running. That's actually a really good composition to be running. Another good composition to be running here is you can run the Ashe, you can run Ashe Tracer. I think honestly you could probably pull off Ashe. I'm thinking. You could probably run Ashe Torp. You could probably run Ashe Reaper, maybe. Also Somber Reaper's really good here on this map. But their comp I think is very strong. I think this is actually really I wouldn't be surprised if you guys get a little fucked up. That's a risky res from Nan. I don't think I would have gone for it. I'm trying to like watch the dive again. Okay, so you guys go for a control point. Focusing D.Va. Frosty's not in a very good position. He probably needs to be taking over here. This is why kind of playing Ashe. This map's kind of it's kind of sketchy. This map has some funky angles, so it's kind of. This is why Tracer's very good on this map because this map includes a lot of like this whole point revolves around a lot of close quarters like combat and like very mid range. It's not a lot of like long range angles that are very good for sniping. There's not a lot. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm just saying when you're playing for point, when your team's going to be playing for point, when you're playing Ashe on this map, it's going to be a little difficult.
The objective is now.
See, this is the reason why you only run soldier, man. You have nothing to follow up with the tanks. Like, yeah, Frosty's not in a position to follow up the damage with tanks, not to help them dive. Their Tracer is constantly in position following up on the damage to dive. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, you don't have anyone to follow up in the tank. So your tank's gonna be doing coordinated dives and they still probably wouldn't have enough damage. Or enough follow up. So like your tanks are trying to get D.Va out of mech. It would have been a lot helpful if one of your DPS was looking on the target that's actually being dove. But since because you're going for res, Frosty's look at this, and I just think it would be more beneficial for you guys either have like a Reaper Sombra or running a Tracer. I don't know why you're running Soldier. I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, what are you doing? I love you, man, but I'm joking. I'm just messing around. I'm messing around. You can play Soldier if you want. I'm poking. I'm just poking fun. Yeah, the dive. You guys are going for D.Va here, which is a bad call. Since D.Va is probably your best target, you're either Monkey in the scenario or even Zen. Where was this positioning? I keep having to back this up because I'm just looking at different targets of what's happening. Oh, there's Zen's up top. Yeah, so in this scenario, D.Va would be a better target to go for. Because then if you guys go out to go get D.Va, then your backline is completely vulnerable for that. So you guys are split. Chef's having to disengage, which leaves D.Va out, and then Chef has to try and peel for D.Va, then gets caught out. Then D.Va is gonna get DMAX here. You have no threat on your team. There's no one that says a threat in your team. And then you have no punishing power in your team. The only punishing power that you have is very coordinated burst dives. And that's gonna be that has to be spot on. Why is it black? That has to be spot on from you guys using your abilities perfectly to execute. Because other than that, you're gonna need some follow-up from your DPS. And the only threat that you have is maybe a one-shot from Frosty. But the issue is he's only been in this position. He's never able to get a good shot. He hasn't been able to get. I think Frosty should have switched places with Meow and gone up top. Like, yeah, Frosty probably would have died, but it would have given him a high ground advantage, which let him see this point and maybe create a threat that the enemy team has to worry about. But when you guys are all bundled over here, it poses no threat to the enemy team because then they're just taking control of this entire space over here. Like, your team has no threat. On this team, this is a threat, this is a threat. These two are a threat, they coordinate very well, and this is a threat. Like, on your team, who's a threat? Maybe this and this. These two, the tank lineups had to be executed perfectly. And the reason why this one's a bigger threat than our tank lineup is because they have Tracer and they have Pharah to follow up damage. Basically, you have Pharah that does damage from the sky. It's very easy for the tanks and Tracers to follow up on the damage that Pharah is doing. You guys are just at a disadvantage with your composition, as well as your positioning. Like, you never took control of space. The only people that took control of space were your tanks, but it proved useless because the rest of your team could never get into the position or never got any value out of that space. So basically, it was useless. Your tanks did jack shit. Because they took space, the rest of the team couldn't, and you didn't enable anyone with taking that space. Because one, you res the soldier, which instead your Ash should be on high ground because an Ash poses a bigger threat than a fucking soldier on the high ground who's spraying fucking bees at the enemy team instead of actual bullets. Oh my god. I'm gonna just think that you guys understood what I'm saying here. So we're gonna end that there. I'm trying to explain every thought and every like call out I make so that I don't like making comments or saying stuff without justifying it because or explaining it because I feel like I want you guys to understand and like learn and see my perspective on things. See, like, what are you gonna do up there? What are you gonna do because of those things? Frosty, go left. Don't go fucking main. What advantage are you putting yourself in? If as far was playing roofs over here, which you should have been, you would have been dead. Go take the far angle. Try and get yourself in a better position other than playing here. Like, yeah, if Farah was playing over here, which she has been, then it would have put you at an advantage point because the farther away you can get from a Farah, the better you're going to be as a hit scan. Because if you let that Farah get up close to you, she's going to fuck you up. That's basically how you counter a hit scan as far as you get as close as possible to them and then you jump on them. So there's no reason for you to be going main. You should be going right here. Right here. Right here. That way you have a perfect view in Farah. And there's no, like, you and Meow need to be switching positions. If anything, Meow should be going with the team because, like, there's Flank Soldier. What's Flank Soldier gonna do? He poses no threat. So you guys go for control point. The enemy team recognizes that all of you guys didn't rotate in time, so then you guys are dead. If you were already in a position here, yes, your team would have to come back and peel for you, but you guys got caught out in the open. At least when you get doved here, or I think dove here is the correct term. At least when you get doved here, you have the mega and you can back and retreat into the space and use this as cover. You also have the cover here. But here you got cut out in the open and they took it and basically you get killed for it because you're out in the open. You're not in any sort of cover. You didn't rotate properly. You didn't rotate quickly. So like rewatch this again. You guys, instead of going for a dive, you guys just go for point, which isn't a bad call. Like, make them come to you. But that's how you would play Brawl. That's not how you play dive. I think the best call would here either A, try and like DMX Diva, or B, go on point and try and go for an attack. Because the Zen's playing far back away that you have to get out of your way to go attack him. Just watch here. So you two are now split from the rest of your team.
Here you go. Right on target.
Is that a bunny hop? Is that what would Grace call a thought hop. That Nan just took, that was a really good one. I just want to watch that because that was good. I think it was the thought hop. I think that's what a Grace would call a thought hop. Or a super jump. I don't know if it's a super jump. I think I've heard like people call it different things. Yeah, it was. That was really good. Good shit, Nan. A plus gold star. See, you guys get caught out in the open. Nan realizes this and tries to protect you, but your tanks are trying to pressure back Tracer, which they shouldn't be doing. Your D.Va should be your D.Va should always be kind of like the middleman. You're basically the protector of your team. You're the peel bot. You should be paying attention to your backline at all times. Like, you guys are working as a unit, which is good. That's what you guys should be doing, but you also have to be paying attention to your backline. And I'm not, you know, that's not the biggest, that's not like, oh, D.Va sucked ass, you're fucking GG, go next. No, I'm saying that it would have been, it's always good to be aware, especially as tanks, being aware of where your positioning is and where your team is positioned, as well as making sure people follow the rotations correctly and rotate safely. And when you're like, especially when playing Reinhardt, you have to make sure people go through the rotations correctly and make sure people actually make it through. And that's what tanks biggest thing is about awareness. And so then you guys you realize this and you try to protect them, but by the time you get there, it's at no cost. They've already done the damage. So then they just clean you guys up here. And there's nothing the tanks can do because this is a lost fight. You're already down your biggest threat. So you're dead. If you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to explain all my points so you see it. Because I don't like people who just get points and be like, oh, you're bad here. Because that's not fucking helpful. Like, actually help me. Don't just call me out and shit. That's not beneficial. You guys should have gone full hard on this monkey. Yes, he does have jump. The quicker you can get him disengaged, the quicker you can get back into the fight. Like, there's no harm in trying to burst on a monkey that's sitting here in a corner. Like, you guys could have probably done it. Chef goes in for the dive. He didn't call it because I can tell because, or maybe he did call it. I don't know, but Off-Tank did not hear it. Off-Tank did not register. Off-Tank was like, well, actually, let me look at this a different way. Off-Tank stayed because Farah's being a threat. That's actually good. Hello? Okay, there you go. I see why Off-Tank's here. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was a good play. Never mind. I said I did not call that correctly. Yeah, Off-Tank, that's good. You stay back. Protect team. Protect team at all costs. Yeah, I see why Off-Tank was there. Chef should have realized this, or we should have been calling this. I don't know if you guys are ult tracking, because if you guys are ult tracking, then Chef probably would have known that they're gonna probably go for barrage here. And since you guys are all clustered up, that should have been clear as daylight to you guys that they're gonna go for barrage. Grouped up team going as a grouped up unit right into Farah's face. Oh, I wonder what the Farah's gonna do. And it's been 50. There's 50% on the board. She definitely has barrage. Yeah, Chef's kind of overextended, but he does have primal. So I think Chef should have waited. I think you should have waited, man. Or he's not on the team anymore, so there's not. Man, that sucks. I know that he was doing good for you guys, and I feel bad about that. I'm not trying to, like, you know, all my notes here, I try to always help out. And it's easier for me to see tanks issues because like I said earlier, tanks are like the playmakers of the team at the moment. It used to be DPS and now it's tanks. And so tanks very much dictate if a fight's gonna win or not. And so it's very easy to make mistakes. And I don't want you guys to be thinking I'm shitting on the tanks. I'm not. I feel bad about Chef. But that was a good decision for your Off-Tank to stay there. But once again, you guys just pose no threat. Yeah, you'll survive that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's sad. They are low. Oh, because I'm mercy healed. That was good pocketing from Nan. Yeah, that was good. You guys cleaned it up. I'm surprised. Oh no, you're at bull. Okay. You guys get dropped. Chef comes back to try and help, but by the time he comes back, the rest of the team's gone. He uses his shift. You guys are getting cornered into here. You guys are playing very, very split. What? Glitch, what are you doing? How did you end up in this situation? What the fuck? How did you end up there? How did you end up in their back line?
Justice reigns for all.
I think we should have saved Nano there. It's a primarily monkey. You shouldn't Nano a primarily monkey unless he's gonna die. And I don't think Chef was gonna die there. Oh, I'll rewatch it just again so I can make sure. Sorry, I'm having to rewatch it again because there's a lot of things to take into consideration for people making decisions. Yeah, he was at good health. Yeah, I don't think Nano should be there. Okay, so you guys get pushed off. Oh, so that's how you get there. Yeah, you should not. You should not have been backing up to holding that S key. You should have holding that W key. Okay, it's good. The Tracer would have hit. That pulse bomb, this fight would have been over. Also, that monkey has really bad tracking. So you guys pull it up. That's good. Still in the fight. Basically, you guys won that fight because one, you advisor, pocket advisor. If the enemy team's tanks were a little bit more coordinated and you didn't have the healing well, then you probably would have died there. And if Tracer had hit the pulse, this fight probably would have been over. But a big thing was Frosty finally got in position and a good sightline. And so he was also a very good key factor while you guys won that fight. Oh, it's a New York skin. Hey, very nice. A fellow American. hello, fellow Americans. Okay, so you guys are waiting. I don't know why you guys are waiting. Why are you guys playing so passive? I'm shaking my head. I don't know what you guys want me to say. This is kind of like I can repeat the same thing over and over, but this is all I'm gonna say. What? That was not communicated. 100%. That was not coordinated. Like Diva, if he's gonna dive in, like you guys are playing so passive. I think it's because you guys are waiting. I think Chef was waiting for Zin to actually get in a position to where he was vulnerable. But if he's gonna go in for a dive, you need to be with him. We need to be with him, and we need to try and get Discord on him. Discord's that's hard to get Discord on it, but we need to be having Diva go in with him, because otherwise Chef's gonna try and commit. He commits to the kill, but he also dies for it. And so now you just lost your main tank, and they just lost the healer, and they're probably gonna res the Zen. If I'm gonna be honest, yep. So that was waste. That was a waste. If Diva had gone in with the main tank, and I don't know if that's communicated, but I'm just gonna say that was communication issue. If Diva had gone in, then she would have been able to peel and DM for the ball, and then the ball probably would have been able to get out with the kill. You would have been able to confirm the kill quicker, and you would have been able to possibly get out. And this is pretty much self-explanatory why this fight's mostly going to be lost. Okay, so big thing when you're playing Diva, timing, positioning of the enemy team, and knowing how to position, like when. Yeah, that's kind of basically two things. That's basically two things I want to say is very important. Like, timing and positioning of the bomb, and when you throw it is very important. And when you throw it there, there's no one over here. So you wanna be throwing that with a purpose, and I saw your purpose there, but it was kinda it wasn't the how you threw it wasn't it didn't really it didn't get any value. You wanna be thinking about how can I get the most value out of my bomb and where to position it to where at the correct time it's gonna get value, and that takes a long time to get good at, so I think just practicing more diva and, like, either comp or quick play. Oh, you guys gonna pull it together? Very nice. You guys did take out their main tank, so you evened out the fight. A big thing about why the enemy team is also not doing so swell is their Zen's playing out of the fight a lot, and your Zen's playing in the fight a lot. Which, yes, it makes them a little bit vulnerable, but it also allows Glitch to actually deal some damage and actually get very good discords on. Because if Monkey dives in, Monkey's automatically discorded. And so he should be a threat. So if you can take out Monkey at the start of a fight when your monkey's already or when your main tank's already down, then it evens out the fight. That's a very good shoot. See, this is okay. So this is why I said Frosty is a big threat of your team, because once he's in position, he's a big threat. He's the biggest threat on your team. So now Frosty's in position. Now you're having a big threat happening. Uh oh. Why did that monkey not commit on? Okay. Oh, he's taking out the big threat. That's not bad.
I've got you in my sights.
Very nice. I think your team focus as a unit should have been a lot better. I think this was coordinating and communicating things a lot would have been a lot more efficient. And it would have been a lot cleaner and smoother than this was. But you guys pulled it off, which is good. You guys equalized a lot of fights. You got picks when you effectively got picks and you punished well, especially with your Zen. I think you did a very good job. Very good, very good. Because when you guys get in position with the Ash, you pose a very good threat. But the issue is trying to get in position, and it took you guys almost the entire map to get in position effectively. And that's just where that works on disengaging, engaging, and rotations, and those can be kind of a little difficult. But my biggest thing to knowing where to properly go is always like understanding value. And I'm just gonna take this time to explain it a bit. So take King's Row. I think I've explained this. Oh god. Let's not use. Oh, where did I get the other colors? Oh, there they are. Nice. Okay. So take King's Row, for example. You have the point here, and then you have this. I'm a very good drawer right now. You have this. And then you have like, it goes into here. And then you have like this high ground here. Let's say they're running a spam cop that's shooting down here. Instead of going down main, constantly going down main, you get more value out of wrapping around them and changing the position. So that's always just coming with rotations. And it's good to, analyze it and understand, okay, we need to change something up. And I think with Nepal, you guys could have gone left a couple of times to just create that distance that gives you guys time to see where the enemy team is positioned, as well as it could easily put you in it could put you in an advantage at some points if you position well correctly. I don't think you should be running May. I think you could be running Reaper or Junk. Sim Junk's actually really good. It's one of the reasons why Sim Junk is run a lot on Control Center. It's one of the reasons why you want to be running a lot here because it's very spammy. But the best thing that you guys did was get control point. That's the best thing you could have done. Like you almost lost Chef for it, which you got to be careful on that. But that was the best thing you guys did. Got done. I was about to say that again. Yeah, you guys got control point, which is crucial. Because if they had gotten set up to point, it would have been very hard to attack. Chef needs to be playing very careful. Yeah. He's taking a lot of damage. Now, the reason why I say running May is just May doesn't pose as big as a threat as she used to pose. Sorry, I'm searching. But, she doesn't pose, it's like in the meta right now, you wanna be going for, who's trying to let me hold their aim right now? You wanna be going for very, like, quick you either wanna go for burst or you wanna be going for, like, high damage. Like, there's a reason why there's lots of Ashe being played because he has so much damage. There's a reason why Reaper's being played because he has a lot of burst damage, and it's those quick it's getting a lot of damage in a short amount of time, which can be very effectively. Um, so with May in kind of a brawl situation, she doesn't her control. It's especially with the sim. It's better. It would have been more beneficial for you guys to be running Reaper here instead of sim. And I only say that because then you actually have some punishing power to go with the May. Because when you're running sim, the only punishing power sim has is she has maybe beam, and that's his beam's high charge, and it doesn't really it's kinda it takes you a while to get a while. That sounded really country. Ugh, I hate country. Anyway, it took you a long time it would take you a long time to get up that high threat potential when Reaper's already a threat at the beginning of the fight. So I think running a Reaper here or Junk would have been a better pick than May. But I see why you go May. I'm not saying, "Oh, May's dog shit here." I'm just saying it would have posed a bigger threat. I also think you guys should be running Zarya here just for the brawl and like Sig Ryan's not bad here, but either Ryan Diva or Ryan Zarya is a lot better because Diva has all the utility, peel, and and DM's really important in this high burst kind of meta we're in. And then like with Zarya, you have lots of damage output. You have grab, and you also have bubble. And you have bubble with lots of high damage potential, and it can make it a very easy to brawl. With Sig right now in the current meta, it's like Sig and May are just they're still decent. And I would say Sig's probably in a better position than he is right now than May is. But Sig offers a stun and a shield, and in a meta that doesn't really revolve around shields a lot. Or not, it doesn't revolve around shields a lot. It's just you're not getting enough value out of Sig here than you would be getting out of like a Diva or Zarya. And I know that both teams running Sig, and this is just a personal. It's not really personal opinion, but I'd say like 75% of the time Zarya Diva is probably a better pick on this map instead of Sig. Or you could be running Dive here. Like yeah, I don't know about Dive here, especially with the running. Sig offers a lot of pressure, and I see why you're running it because you guys are going for point control. And the biggest thing I've always said is center your comp around with a purpose. And I see why you're running your purpose. But Sig's alright. He's alright, the meta. He's not as good as he used to be. But I think it depends on how your team wants to play too, as well. If you're a very aggressive team, running the Zarya would be very good. If you want to play for poke, then the Diva would be a better option. If you want to be playing for kind of control, the Sig can be an option. So it really depends. And that's just my team likes to play a lot of Ryan Zarya and Diva. It's Ryan Diva, so that's why I mentioned it because it can be more beneficial in certain situations. You guys are waiting out Cole. Now you guys are calling, going in. Big slam. Chef dies for it though. I think the biggest issue right now is when you guys went in for that brawl, you didn't have any punishing power to punish Ryan. You didn't have the damage output to punish Ryan because you're running May. May's just not that good. I love playing May. I don't love playing May, but I play May a lot. And May's not as strong as she used to be. So I think you need a Reaper here. Or you need to be running. Or you either need to commit to full on brawl and like punishing power, or you need to commit to full on spam. You need a Punisher. And I like the junk swap. I do like it a lot. But it leaves out a lot of bursts. Or it doesn't leave out a lot of bursts. It leaves a lot of brawl damage that Chef wants and probably needs. Because it's either you either want to be going for like spam and bursts from afar, or you want to be rushing into them, going for the brawl. And right now you don't have the damage to go for a brawl. Which is why you guys are losing. Sorry if I like to play far back so I can see it because it's clear on my screen. So that was a good beat from your side. Chef got left out alone because everyone rotated and Chef just got left out. That was a team issue. It wasn't. I think Chef just got out. I think he kind of. Did he get? Yeah, he was crap. Yeah, he was fluxed really far up. Yeah, you guys should have. One person could probably be sitting on point while the rest of you guys push up to help your tank. You kind of just let him out there to die. He got fluxed. Very good tire. I'm guessing you guys don't win because there's only a minute left. I don't know. Your comp can really get fucked if they can either spam you out or they can go for a rush with their spam. And the reason why their rush with the spam works is because they have the ones they can get sim charged up, and they also have the constant threat of Junkrat spam. With you guys is you guys don't have any pretty much brawl damage whatsoever. All you have is the Junkrat spam. You don't have those double threats is what I'm saying. Like sim alone's a threat. Mei right now in the current meta isn't the biggest threat as she used to be. Yeah, you guys got surrounded. I'll go over this real quickly, and then I'm gonna follow on this map and go to the next one. You guys aren't ready for that. That was a nice pin. Very nice. You guys are still winning. The Zarya's just sitting in your backline though. You guys should have been on top of the Zarya. Yeah, you guys lost that because you let Zarya get behind you and high charge as well. Unlucky. What I picked up for this map, I think your composition needs to be fixed out a lot. Like I can help you guys with composition. Like I can come one night. Sorry, I'm having to stretch a lot because my back hurts. I can come one night and talk to you guys about composition if you guys want and current meta. What's this? I don't know if you guys want to play meta, but pretty much from that map there was a lot of get the other. There's a lot of yeah, there's a lot of composition issues. All right, let me get the other code. I just don't want you guys to see my Discord because I have an issue going on right now. I have a little bit of an issue. That's a bit of a team issue, and that drama's just staying there. How long is this? Okay, it's not that bad. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna check something real quick, and then I'll be back. Alright, let's go over this map real quick. Let's run through it, boys. Easy dubs, easy dubs. You guys win. Okay, composition. Soldier! Why is he running here? Oh my goodness. Oh no. Why are you running soldier, man? He's got a fix, he got a craze, man. You gotta run that soldier. You gotta like the legs. Legs to the back line. Here he comes. I still think you guys should be running Mercy here. I think Mercy's in would actually really benefit your comp because if you guys are going to be running soldier, I think going for that discord on a target and having your tanks go in for a dive and then having Frosty follow up on the dive from afar, as long as you guys play in range with him, I think would benefit your team a lot more than running the Ana Lucio. Then you guys lack heals and mobility. But, like, are you really getting anything out of mobility unless Nan's gonna be with you guys all the time as tanks? I don't know. So you guys are waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting, and so they make the first move, which is your biggest mistake. I'm betting they're gonna turn it around. It's a very good dive from Chef. It's not bad going for point control, but the reason why I say it's not good to just be waiting around is because I know you guys are going for point control, but you don't have to sacrifice a fight loss for point control. I want that to be very clear that you should point control is good. Don't get me wrong. Holding point, that's good. That hurts my eyes to look at that. Anyway, point control is good. But I don't think at the start of the fight, when it's 0-0 and no one's contesting point, to go for point control instead of actually taking the fight on itself. Because then you guys are playing passive. You're waiting around. You're waiting for them to move in. And so put you guys at a disadvantage. You're playing passive. It's better for you guys to make the action first, go for the dive in. I can't see any of these colors. I can't see. I'm colorblind. Oh, green's a good color. No, it's not. Anyway, it's better for you to make the decision first to attack first and put them at a pressure point instead of them pressuring you first. Because dive's all about playing quick. It's about attacking quick, and especially in this meta, it's about coordinated dives that are done quickly and effectively. That's playing dive 101. So I don't think sacrificing point control here was more beneficial than going for the first dive off the bat. Can I change the size of this? Oh no. Oh, there it is. I don't think it was the best decision off the bat. I think you guys should have just gone for the dive here. Because look, I'll replay it. Okay. Oh, dude, am I confused? No, I'm not. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I thought for a second I got the colors wrong. I was about to say, did I really go on a little bit of a rant? For like, no reason? Okay. Complaining about the other team, dude. That'd be so funny. Anyway. Okay, so they're in position. See, the reason why it puts you at a disadvantage was if you let the Pharah and the Ashe get into another angle, when their Ashe is just vibing right here, their tanks dive in, that poses a threat in your Ashe now, because then she has to move. She's rotating your team as a peel for them. It's a lot better for you because to start the dive on first, because then it gives your Ashe the advantage of having more space controlled. Because if you pressure them back, they're going to pressure them back into here, which then puts their Pharah at a disadvantage and puts their Ashe at a disadvantage because you're pressuring them now, which allows your Ashe to have all the space over here. But when you guys wait, they do the exact same thing to you. They attack you first, which forces you guys to play over here, and you guys drop down, and it gives their Ashe the high ground control and their Pharah this control over here. You guys just allowed them to take that space for free. And so instead of just attacking and trying to control the space first, you guys waited and waited and waited and waited, and then they dove on your backline first, which allows their Ashes to sit on high ground. So take a look if we watch this back. You're waiting. You know where there are. So I see that you guys are rotating around here because I think you guys are calling, okay, let's go point. But see, if you go point, you sacrifice control of high ground. You put your backline at a disadvantage. You put your backline very vulnerable because now Frosty has to drop to high ground because he's getting fucked up. Because one thing, Frosty should be on high ground instead of Meow. But anyway, this whole thing is like me just being a dick about to Meow. Like, man, why are you putting Soldier? I'm not trying to be rude, but Soldier. Okay, anyway. This puts their Ashe at an advantage because she now has high ground control, and which gives her this whole sideline right here. So now your Ashe is stuck with this sideline and this sideline. And at she has a high ground. She's on low ground, so that's a disadvantage as well. And the Spark could easily go over here and fuck up your Ashe. So you see what I'm trying to explain here? If you guys going for control point, especially when you have an Ashe, I think that was the wrong call. Because you want to make sure you're giving your Ashe this free space to work with. I keep thinking I'm saying ass, and God, I have ADD. I'm sorry, but you're just giving up this your space. You're putting less threat on their backline, and they're putting more threat on you. They split you up, which I'm trying to explain my point here. See, look, they dive on Meow, split you guys up. This now allows their Zin and Ashe to sit on the high ground. Frosty is now at a disadvantage because he's now stuck out in the open because he had to drop. Glitch is now at a disadvantage because she's out of the open because she had to drop because you guys did not maintain high ground control. Your tanks are now on point, therefore not in a position to help the team and only controlling point space. They aren't controlling the map space. They're not controlling the space that's actually beneficial to your composition. Your composition, especially with Soldier Ashe, relies on high ground control, not point control. You know as a team that you can get point control after a fight is over. Frosty gets a good shot, which he if the enemy team was better, they would have recognized Frosty as out of position and would have dove him instead of trying to chase after a soldier, which the soldier could just fucking run away. Now Frosty's not out of position because they have this whole point. They have this whole area under their control now, and you guys are cornered into point. So you guys are at a big disadvantage now. Chef then goes in for the attack, which is good. He finally put pressure on their backline because their backline's vulnerable. They're running Zen Mercy. You're running Ana Lucio. Your backline has a much more protection because of the Lucio and because of the Ana than their backline. You have Lucio basically can just be Ana bot and just go for making sure Ana's protected and rotating her in and out of fights. And you have Boop, and you have Sleep, and you have Speed. While their backline's so vulnerable, which is why I don't understand why you guys didn't take the fight sooner. Because you guys could have, at the start of the fight, I'm sorry I'm going over this a lot, but this is just a major, I'm trying to explain it, why I think you guys could have done this, because I think it would have been a lot better, and it would have not put you guys at this disadvantage. Because you guys rotated around here, they were sitting right here, which I know is out of line of sight for your Ashe. But still, even going for a jump up here, controlling this area, forcing them to play into here, and if they even have to peek, they only have this sight line, and maybe then no one's gonna be playing from this sideline. So it puts you more advantage of space control. Because if I want to keep going over this so I can make sure I explain it correctly. See, by the time you guys pressure them off, you get point control, but yes, because they're very disadvantaged because of your numbers. See, look, now they're just gonna poke you from afar and kill you off. I'm surprised this team's being so passive. You guys are literally, you guys are playing this off. It's just this team's so bad. Oh my god, they had such an advantage and they just lost it because they didn't confirm a kill on anything, did it? Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys should have won that. Jesus Christ. You guys won it. Good shit. I guess good shit there. Good shit, Frosty. Fucking take it off Mercy. Goddamn. Goddamn. You guys are just allowed to sit on point for free. They were so afraid. They didn't even dive on you. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna drop that. I hope I explained it well. I just wanted to point out of taking space. Don't be afraid to be aggressive. Don't be afraid to take action. Don't be afraid to go up here and push them back and be aggressive team and controlling that space. Because the worst thing you're gonna do is you're gonna jump in, you bubble, you jump in, you use DM, then you bubble. If you need to, you drop down here, but then your Ashe is at an advantage because you cornered them in here, so your Ashe is just getting free pot shots here. Like you know, all you do is you just drop down if you need to. Like you could control this whole space now when you're holding it like that. This is gonna be a long map. I can already tell. I'm getting speechy. I'm getting in a speech mode. Frosty, what the? Frosty, why are you not on high ground? Is this Farah? Yeah, it's because of the Farah. Why are you not in this high ground then? You don't want to be trying to fight a Farah when she has the upper angle on you. It's very hard to hit that shot.
I've got you in my sights.
A very nice dive on the monkey. You guys almost confirmed the kill. Meow gets a lot of kills. It's actually a pretty good visor. See how much of a threat the Ashen Zin up here is? This is what I was talking about. There's so much of a threat. If this Amy team could actually just get into position, like... See, look! See, once Frosty is allowed to sit up here for free, control it, he's so fucking strong. Why'd you guys just wait around on point? Why are you guys just holding point? You need to be protecting Frosty, because Frosty's the biggest threat in your team, and if you can allow him to sit up here, like that's the best advantage you could give your Frosty. Give Frosty, because then he's allowed to sit up here, go for pokes. Like he got a shot off the Ash, and so basically as tanks you can go up here, make sure they can't go up. You can either have your Diva up here, like go over here, and Monkey Diva just dive here and try to pressure them back and try and block him from going on a dive. But instead you leave him off the die. Or he manages to get away. Yeah, Frosty made a good rotation there, but he was almost cut out the open. Like, see, now you guys are cornered on point. You're allowing them to take the space from you for free. And that's what I'm getting at. Is you're just you're giving up all the space for free. That's what I'm trying to get at. Farah is not a threat if you're in a position to where you can deal with her. If you're already set up against a Farah, it's so hard to take a control point back as Farah. Which is why they're at 99, because they're still running the Farah. Which isn't a bad call, but their Farah's not playing correctly. But I'm just trying to get that point. Like, you guys should be taking controlling the spray since they're just sitting on point. Like, you guys aren't playing fucking Ryan. If you wanted to control point, you guys should be playing Ryan. Nice, I like the aggressive nano on Jeff. I think Diva should have been in with him. But I think Diva was just staying back so she could peel. That last fight was good. But honestly, you've won some of these fights just because of the picks you've gotten from at least one kill, or your DPS have gotten a lot of picks. Like other than that, I don't like the whole space. You guys weren't controlling space. You're just giving it for free. You guys are just sitting point. Like if you wanted to sit point, just run Ryan Diva and just sit point. Like you're running Ash. You want to be making sure you're Ash and you're running dive. Like you want to be making sure you control the space and going for dives. Like you can't. I don't understand why you guys are just sitting point and playing so passive. Like I get why you guys are trying to like play safe or you want to be making sure you play point, but it's you're running dive. It's not your biggest concern. I'm just trying to make sure like map control is very important when you're playing dive, and especially when you're running an Ash. When you're running an Ash, your comp's basically kind of centered around her, and so you want to be making sure your Ash is always in a good position and is protected because an Ash can actually really do a lot of damage. And it's very important that Ash has high ground. And especially when you're running Soldier, Ash and Soldier on high ground, that's a threat. That's your biggest threat. You should be enabling your biggest threat. Okay, you're sitting here. Chef's playing, just waiting. Nice peel. But no one peeled for Chef. Oh, Chef stayed in the fight too long. Chef's actually trying to take the big fight instead of playing. He should be playing a bit safer. He's trying to actually take the brawl fight like he should, but he doesn't have the top of the team because you guys are all distracted by Tracer. See, look. Let me back it up a little bit more so you can see. So the biggest thing about this point is you want to be controlling over here. You want to be controlling over here, and you want to be making sure that you're putting pressure and controlling this mega pack. Sorry, I had some people just come in. Okay, so if we watch the start of that fight.
Ready for battle.
One.
One.
Okay.
Round.
So you want to be controlling this med pack over here because the med pack is very good, as well as just playing around statue is controlling the high ground. You don't want to be playing it down here because you're playing the low ground position. Issue with your comp is your comp's mid range. You're trying to play at close range. That was good. Chef's trying to play mega pack. He stays there way too long and is unable to get out. D.Va should be playing with Chef there in that situation. Like, you guys just don't have anybody to play with Chef here. Like, your composition again is killing you. Chef's trying to control and take space while the rest of you guys are just sitting back here, and then especially D.Va's not up with your main tank. Like, D.Va should be playing the middle ground or at least up with your main tank. You don't want to be sitting in the back line as D.Va. Why are you guys still in the fight? You guys should be backing off. This is a good team. They would just dive you and fucking kill you. But by the time they do, Chef is back. That's unlucky. You guys just don't notice. Your D.Va should immediately be on this Widow. Yeah, your D.Va should be on the lookout for the Widow, especially as well as Ashe. Yeah, the Widow just got picks and you just got low and surrounded. Okay. We need a coordinated dive, boys. Come on. Coordinated dive. Who we diving? Where we dropping? Yeah, my voice stage sounds like shit. Nice kill. Chef, Chef, what are you doing? Why are you going surfing an auto? Especially when you know she has sleep. A Zarya is a really good kill. Take Zarya out, you take off tank. Then you can be going like when you have Nano Monkey, you don't always have to go from the back line. That's just my personal opinion. It's like you went straight for the Ana, which wasn't a bad call, but she also had sleep, and 9 times out of 10 the Ana's gonna hit the sleep, and then the Ana's gonna be a waste. Like, you don't always have to jump in and dive in for a nano boost. You can just go in for the tanks, and you can actually mow down tanks actually very effectively with Nano as Monkey. Shaq needs DM. D.Va is not DMing him. Look, was a little overextended there. We waited a little too long to be aggressive with that, and by the time we went in for the dive, it was already the opportunity was lost. See, I saw Chef was looking at the Zarya. He was like, "Oh, she's looking like a she's looking like a tasty snack," but you waited way too long to go for the opportunity. Like, you should be going now. You should have been on speed, or on amp. But by the time you did, once you used your jump to go in for the kill, when you could have just walked up to her and used the speed right here. Because then by the time she gets past here, oh, am I gonna draw? By the time she gets past here, the opportunity is lost, and now you're in their controlled space area, and so now you just fed. Oh, it's not what I want. There we go. We're good.
Personne
Now,
n'échappe
you guys should be backing up a
à mon
bit.
regard.
Nice popping sights. Where's Frosty? Oh, Frosty, what are you doing, bud? Yeah, that's not the position you want to be in. That was a bad bomb. It prevented them from attacking point.
Feeling powerful.
Diva, protect your monkey. Protect your monkey. The biggest concern is your monkey. Especially in this meta, you need to be watching your monkey like a hawk. Yeah, the fight was already lost. I don't think you guys should invest in Nano. Especially when you're down to main tank, I think the best thing you can do is just back up, give up some space, and just try and come back for it. I think just waiting down there and then like panic using Nano. And I think comms are very clustered because it looked cluster fucked because it didn't look like you guys had an idea of who you guys were actually going for. It just looked like a mess. So I think the best call is just to back up, play like back up here, wait for your monkey to go in, and then nano him on a target. Because it's okay. It's okay to give up some space. It's okay to give up point for a little bit. It doesn't hurt you. I think it would have been more beneficial for you guys to pull out for a little bit, wait for Chef to get back, and then go in for a nano monkey. Instead of having to panic nano when you guys are stuck out of position. So once you use your main tank, that's like an automatic loss. Diva retreated way too early. Now Chef's up here alone. The Zarya should be at target. Diva should be with Chef. Diva should be with Chef. Diva should be with Chef. You guys are a unit. There's nothing we can really do about Frosty. Frosty's kind of a goner there. But you guys don't have any punching power. Once again, you don't. Because you just didn't. What were you running previously? Oh, you were running Tracer. Okay, Tracer was just not in the fight. What happened to Tracer? Oh, you got slapped. That's unlucky. That's not unlucky. I mean, you should have blinked, but I don't know if you had blink up. Did you? Should blink up, Meow. I've given Meow a lot of shit today. I'm sorry. Oh, you did. That's unlucky. My biggest tip is don't play scared, but play like they're gonna hit their shots. Zarya, 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 Zarya. Then Anna's a big reason why they're still winning the fight. Chef, you could have gotten Mega. Something needs to be done about this Anna. She can't just sit here for free. There either needs to be Meow or there needs to be one of the tanks. Because this Anna's allowed to sit here for free, she just keeps up the tanks. And Meow can call that they have no sleep. Yeah, this whole map was a little bit of a mess. What sucks about in the meta right now is that you can make good decisions, but if you make like one bad decision, you can lose the entire map.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, and I also don't like playing Ilios. This map's kind of not very good. Sorry, this is my my PC specs thing. I don't know what it's called. It allows me to control my fans and stuff, and sometimes it just peaks on the corner. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Please don't tell me you're gonna be running soldier. Why are you guys not running a burst? Why are you guys not running a bar today? What's with the soldier? Is he just feeling like a soldier scrim? God, my voice today. Ugh. Is he just feeling like a soldier scrim, or? Because soldier's not that good. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just want to play the legs, lock the legs, but legs is not the best. Okay. See, their composition is they're running very well. I like it. you up here? You're not doing anything except just shooting peas at them. Like, you holding high ground's fine as diva, but you gotta be that middleman. You can't be sitting in the enemy team's back line. You should have been there to peel. You should be playing with your main tank. No matter wherever your main tank goes, that's fine. But when you have the option to go to the high ground, it's totally a good idea to go to the high ground. But you also have to make sure you're still in a position to go for peel. You don't ever want to be in a position to where you can't peel or you can't get back to the back line. Because that's your job as diva.
The objective is now active.
See how you guys get cornered. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, people just won't leave me alone today. You won't leave me alone tonight. This whole day. Constant. Okay. Yeah, you guys just got surrounded. Once you lost your Ana, the fight was already kind of lost, and you guys just got cornered into here. Alright, now's the time to be getting out. Okay, where are you guys gonna dive? What's your game plan? Where's the rest of the team with Chef? Is he not calling it? Also, Frosty. Go here. Go over here. Or go over here. You don't want to be playing here when your tanks don't have control of the point. That's why you'll be playing a longer angle. Your team doesn't have control of the point. Playing here is fine. But the issue with playing here is that you have to wait till these tanks are pushed back before you can get actually value. You can get shots off. Also, no one's going in with Chef. That's Diva. You should be going in with Chef. We should be going in as a unit. Maybe even Lucio too as well. Like, we just left Chef to die. Like, Chef overextended, but like if he was going in for a dive, which was the correct call of going in for a dive, like we need to be going in with him. Our composition once again is kind of killing us again. Like we're kind of going for a lot of poke when we should be going for a lot of dives, and we're not going in with our monkey when we go for dives. Like we gotta support him. And this is why, like, being over here when he was going over for the, I'm just gonna do this so you can make sure you see it. This is why holding over here would be very good when he was going in for the dive over here, because then you have Monkey Diva going in and you have Ash following in, and you can then, when their tanks are pushed back to go for the, try to go for peel, then Soldier can play here and go for the spray. But instead Chef went in and no one went in with him and he died. Therefore this fight's already lost. You guys should back out. They used 2 ults on you, so that's actually to your advantage. Like, they just wasted 2 ults.
Boosters engaged.
Okay, see the dive. Glitch, what are you doing over there alone?
I've got you in my sights.
Chef once again is alone. Which is fine, because Diva's trying to peel, but this needs to be communicated. You guys are playing very split. Like I can tell you guys are playing you guys are all on the same page. You guys are playing very split focus. You guys aren't playing together. You guys shouldn't have been able to win that, but you know, sometimes you guys got the picks. You guys used the ults. The Bob was actually really good. You got value out of the Visor, which probably shouldn't have happened because their Diva should be on top of you. See, this needs to be coordinated. Again, tanks need to coordinate when they're going to be using their movement abilities because D.Va should be going in and out. D.Va's just vibing in your backline. You guys get picks, which is good. You're following up on Chef's base. You're following up on his damage. You don't want to let him just sit in here for high ground for free. You want to be taking it away from him. Chef has a good idea. Nah. Unlucky. Okay, you guys are waiting. That was a good bomb. Very nice. Very good placement. I would be going on a dive on their Zen. Or for the monkey that's in our backline. I would be counter diving their dive. Either you have the when you're playing dive, you have the option of either counter diving or diving. So you can counter dive if they're in their backline, because then they have no movement ability, so you should be able to punish them. Or you can go for the backline. Or going for an actual dive. You guys, Chef just kind of stood there and you guys just kind of, tanks kind of waited. D.Va got a really good bomb. That was really good. Oh no. Oh, D.Va's out of position now. Oh, you guys are just getting out of position. Then he left Meow alone, and they're gonna use Barrage. Yeah, there's nothing you could have done. Once they've gotten those 2 picks, that fight was lost. Frosty overextending. Man, I don't. Where was Nan? Nan, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so we had 2 people overextending. Best thing we could have done, back out for a little bit. Just back out. Just give up space. Just play right here for just a couple seconds. Or just back off to here just so where you're peeking around the corner and you're going for point control. Like you can still touch point for playing right here. But then it puts you acceptable to Par's Barrage. There's nothing you could have done. You guys lost 2 people off the bat. That's kind of already a fight loss. Yeah. Alright. That was messy. I think the biggest issue was your composition, because in some cases it was fine, in some cases it just wasn't. Like it's a mix of play styles is what I'm trying to get at. Like when you're running soldier, when you're trying to run Monkey D.Va with a soldier, and then you're trying to run Ana Lucio in the entire scrim when Mercy's Zen is better, or like Ana Mercy's better, or more Lucio's better. Like your composition, I think if you want, we can go over composition and I can like show you comps and metas. I don't know if you guys are just having an off night and just wanting to play some soldier, but I'm not trying to I'm not trying to shit on you, Meow. I care about you a lot, man, but like soldier, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. The entire scrim. He's not that valuable. He's not a valuable pick they have in the meta right now. He has no pressure. He causes no threat. You guys are running a lot of I'm just gonna leave it as your composition. I think I've explained it pretty well and why your composition didn't really work well together. I think the second point was just coordinating attacks, and then coordinating attacks, making sure you guys are going in together. Tank play was kind of there was a miscommunication, miscoordination, and then I think the last thing would be a little bit of positioning and then positioning/engaging. I think you just need to work on that. And if you want, I can do another VOD review, or I can do like a lesson and show some examples of how to properly like position and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully this helps. Sorry, I got kind of a little not toxic, but I I kind of like ranted a little bit. But I wanted to make sure I explained my points. I explained my points and I explained them well so that you guys can understand it. And I tried to show with reasons why I did this and I did that. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns.